Number 44, it says that a ball is dropped from the cliff that's 176 feet high. As it's falling, its height is given by the formula h is equal to 176 minus 16t squared. And then we would like to try to figure out after how many seconds will the ball hit the ground. So we know that we have the formula to work with. H is equal to 176 minus 16t squared. And then we would like to know after how many seconds. So right here, this part, it tells us that we are trying to figure out the t, the time. And then we would like to know that when the ball hit the ground. And then we have the hint right here. We want h to be 0. H is the height, and when the ball hits the ground, h is equal to 0. This means I'm going to plug in 0 into this formula so I can come with an equation to solve. So I will just write 0 for h, and that will be the same as 176 minus 16t squared. And we just have to solve this quadratic equation. This situation here, we have the t squared only, and then we only have two terms. So this is one thing that we can do. We can try to isolate the t squared, okay? Because we don't have the t term, we can isolate the t squared and then try our best to square root both sides. Let me show you how to do that. So I would like to add 16t squared on both sides of the equation. This way they will cancel, and then I will be able to put all the t's on the left hand side, the 16t squared, right? This plus 0, just 16t squared, and that's equal to the number 176. So my first job is to isolate the t squared. Here we have 16 times t squared. We will just need to divide both sides by 16. So let's do that. Divide both sides by 16. So we can cancel these two out. And then we will have t squared equals to 176 divided by 16. That's equal to 11. And then you have to think about what's the reverse operation. This is t to the second power. What we have to do is we have to square root both sides. And then let me just go over this. When you have t squared by itself, we can just square root both sides. This way the square and the square root cancels. And technically, we will have to attach a plus minus on the right hand side. And then let me just do the work to show you what we get. We will have t equals to plus minus square root of 11. And square root of 11, that's something that it's not perfect square. So the question also said we just want the 10th second, right? So we will just use a calculator and enter square root of 11 on the calculator. And then we are going to get like, let me just show you. Square root of 11, it's like 3.3166 and a lot more to go. But then we just want the 10th place, which is right here is the 10th place, okay? So we just want to say this is 3.3 seconds. 3.3 seconds. But then you see that originally I have the plus minus, and then what we're saying is t is equal to positive 3.3 seconds, or t is equal to negative 3.3 seconds. For the time-wise, negative number doesn't make sense. So the only time that we are going to consider is that t equals to positive 3.3 seconds. Okay, and that's answer choice C. Once again, don't forget to put plus minus whenever you're trying to solve equation, but then this is a word problem, so you have to think about the situation. We cannot have negative time, so we can just say t is equal to 3.3 seconds, and that will be it. Okay, that's it.